Hi, my name is Max Hanna. I'm one of the co-founders of Social Tree, and in this short tutorial, I'm going to be giving away our complete framework when it comes to go-to-market engineering. So at the moment, there's a massive rise of go-to-market engineers. It's one of the fastest growing hires in B2B organizations because the way that people approach sales and marketing has changed. Before, you used to have someone responsible for marketing, you used to have someone responsible for sales, another person responsible for RevOps, and you used to have other people, other agencies responsible for things like SEO, responsible for things like CRM. And now with the rise of AI tools, that role is being centralized, and one person can literally do what 10 people used to do. And using AI tools and the latest advancements in automation, go-to-market engineers are able to deploy multiple agents simultaneously to create really powerful go-to-market engines. The problem is most organizations haven't codified that yet and haven't hired the right role. It's likely that your sales and marketing team don't actually know how to use these tools and integrate them together, making you bloated when it comes to your sales and marketing function, inefficient, and you're probably spending more than you need to make. So let's break down what a go-to-market engineer does and the different elements that go into it. So there's 8 layers that a go-to-market engineer is responsible for. Number one is vibe coding. So that's being able to build things like websites. In fact, this presentation was vibe coded in literally an hour. It's using answer engine optimization, so understanding how you show up in AI engines and how you run ads across AI engines and search tools, and engineering it so you come up in those responses. It's understanding how you use AI to scale content, using and generating live signals so that you're reaching out to people as and when you need to when buying signals have arisen. It's agentic outbound, so you're automating outbound through agents. It's automatic CRM integration. Claude Coworker is the brain to bring that together. And at the end, driving these online leads to in-person events, in-person meetings to build human relationships. I'm still a massive believer in enterprise sales and in B2B sales. It's all about relationships, and that's never been more important. And that needs to be the end result of all of this, of deepening deepening human connection. So let's break these down in a bit more detail. So vibe coding. So now anyone can build apps, anyone can build marketing materials, and you can do it without the need to code. So what this means in practice is once you put together a brief of what you need to do, vibe coding things like your website. If you've obviously come to this video through our own website and our own landing page, that was completely vibe coded. We used to pay a website agency £2,000 a month to manage our website, and now we just do that all in-house through natural language, better, faster, cheaper, and saving us a huge amount. And then building things like presentations. So this presentation you're seeing is also vibe coded. There's an opportunity to build far better presentations than your competition. Before, if you wanted a presentation like this with the interactivity here, you probably spend 5 to 10K on this presentation alone. It took me 40 minutes and it cost me nothing. It's actually easier to make this now than using a Microsoft presentation. Building also collateral like case studies, blogs, whatever marketing material you may be. It could be small little apps that you want to deploy. And obviously having your forms, tracking a CRM, and just vibe coding that all together using no code tools. And what you want to do is have a platform, a vibe coding platform. There's plenty to choose from where your whole team are actually working on it. So you may still have an agency who knows how to vibe code, but your team are able to go in and make changes, and everyone's working. And there's a culture of vibe coding where you're able to build things quicker and faster, and ultimately cheaper than you were before. And that's the role of a go-to-market engineer. The second is AEO, so that's answer engine optimization, and that's making sure that when buyers ask about your firm, or they're doing research, or they're trying to understand the problem more depth, that you are coming up. And that's about making sure that you show up through trusted sources, your site directories, and vibe coding and building your website infrastructure and your content machine to make sure that you're appearing, and using AEO tools that are constantly scanning things like ChatGPT and Claude and giving you real-time insights into how you're appearing, what people say about you, and driving inbound now through search as it's changed. And that falls under the umbrella of a go-to-market engineer. Then there's artificial intelligence generated content. Again, people, and still many people are paying way too much for content. Our format and what we believe in is recording 30 to 60-minute expert conversations with your thought leaders, running it through AI, generating videos, carousel posts, quote posts, blogs. From one conversation, you should be able to produce 20 bits of content a week. Again, at a fraction of the cost it used to, feeding your AI engine, running it through vibe coding tools to make it look pretty and look amazing. But AI should really be scaling content. You should be doing more for less, 100% doing more for less. And many companies are either paying too much with agencies to produce that content, or their team internally is perhaps too bloated, and your team yourself are just not efficient and using this in the best possible way. When it comes to go-to-market engineering, it's using tools like Clay, for example, to enrich leads, look for those buying signals. I did a project recently where I worked with a company who sells cybersecurity, and they were looking for people who have Salesforce in their stack, who do a lot of open forms, so people like insurers, where people are uploading lots of like passport documentation, uploading files that could potentially be have malicious software in it, and then looking for people who have had a report of a cyber incident in the last 12 months. And then we were using signals to bring those. Before that was a lot of manual effort to go and research a company to add those three. With AI agents that can be automated, and we're building lead lists with their ideal ICP, because they could only sell into people who use Salesforce. And again, that's the difference between using the practice of go-to-market engineering and signal-based scoring, and not you can make sure you're focusing on the right people who need your services. Then it's agentic outbound, so it's automating the outreach through LinkedIn and through email, creating bespoke messages, updating your CRM simultaneously. Most likely, the reason you're actually seeing this video today is because you've perhaps received a email message or a LinkedIn message from us. It would have been an automated outbound sequence that's brought you this far, and there's no need to do manual outreach anymore. Agents can run that. Once they've got the right data, know who they're going after and why, you should be able to create a funnel that works for you, again at a fraction of a cost that used to be. And then in terms of your CRM, it should be updated automatically. A go-to-market engineer who knows what they're doing will be able to enrich records, do the field mapping, dedupe, and add pipeline attribution, all automatically running through the system. And then the final thing is Claude Cowork. Claude is the brain of the operation. Once you integrate that, it should be able to tie everything together. And if you have your team on Claude Cowork, you can build up knowledge so that if people leave your organization, then the knowledge of how to actually run these systems is there. And you just increase the automation once Claude is integrated into this whole stack. And then the final thing, human relationships. We like to drive people to events, to webinars, ideally in-person events and meetings where you can really build and nurture those human relationships. So driving people online to offline experiences is our preferred route. And we run this stack ourselves. I've been running go-to-market for the last 10 years with companies like Fidelity, UBS, HP, Meltwater, Finastra. And over the last 6 months, this system has generated 11 million in qualified pipeline for our clients, 180 plus senior meetings, and it's done at 87% lower cost. The costs are really coming down, but the expectations are increasing, which is a really interesting movement in the space. So you don't build all this at once, so you need to obviously build in stages in order to get this right. And if you're interested in how this could work for you, we've put together a pricing guide, which you can download just below the video. Just click get the pricing guide, and then we'll show you how much this should all cost you, how much it costs to start vibe coding, getting Claude set up, how to monitor AEO, and how an agency like us, a go-to-market agency, can support you putting all these systems together. So that's our system. That's our tutorial, how we bring this all together. And if you're interested in finding out more, download the pricing guide. And I wish you all the best when it comes to upgrading your go-to-market systems and strategies. Thanks a lot and have a great day.